Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is the second part of the Janet Jackson docu-series that happened last weekend. Last weekend, but then they did an encore the weekend before that, but then they did an encore last weekend. So whatever parts that I missed, I was able to catch up on it. But it started off with Janet Jackson talking about her first two albums flopped, and how her first two albums flopped, and it was kind of hard for her to make music because she was not making the music that she liked and she wanted. She was making the music I guess the record label or the studio wanted, and she said it wasn't her type of music. And then she said that she really couldn't say no to her daddy, no to her daddy, and that's why maybe some of those two albums didn't come out right. But like she said, since she knew she couldn't say no to her daddy, uh, uh, um, she finally fired her daddy as her manager and went on to do records by herself. And then she started making records with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and stuff like that. And so they got together in the studio and they started recording records, and they started recording songs and trying to make records and come up with ideas and stuff like that. And then so it was like after that she had also got a divorce from James DeBarge. And after she divorced James DeBarge, she met Rene Elizondo, and then she started dating Rene Elizondo, and then they secretly got married. I think I kind of mentioned this on the first one, but anyway, they secretly got married, and he was working with Janet, on her career and stuff like that. And so it was like I think 1990 when Janet Jackson released Rhythm Nation, and they said Rhythm Nation was the highest selling album of all times. And Janet Jackson got critical acclaim for Rhythm Nation. I remember I was playing Rhythm Nation back and forth. I think Rhythm Nation was the first song that I played, off of her album CD and stuff like that. So I really did like Rhythm Nation and that album. And then they said that Eden broke, like I said, Michael Jackson records. As far as the Thriller, it was the best-selling album, the best-selling record. So her career has started taking off during that Rhythm Nation era and that Rhythm Nation period. And then after that, she decided to go on tour. She decided to go on tour, and she was going on tour, and they were saying that she was having people coming up on stage to perform with her and stuff like that. And they were saying that Rene was backstage watching, making sure that everything go right at Janet's concerts and events and stuff like that. And so Janet told Rene that she wanted to do a sexy video, and Rene was supposed to direct the video. And then she also told her choreographer at the time, her name was Lisa, that she wanted to bring out her sexiness and have more of a sex appeal in the video. And Lisa and Rene agreed on it, and I guess that's when they did the video. Uh, they did the music video, and he directed the music video. And then and then after that, I think after that, Janet kind of Janet kind of went on vacation, and then she came back and she went with her mother. And Rene was trying to take videos and pictures of her mother, and Janet didn't like that. And Janet said, "No, my mom doesn't want to take any pictures. I'm taking pictures from my mother." And Janet said that she kind of, I guess, needed a break from everything that was going on with her. Everything that was going on with her. And then after that, uh, the choreographer Lisa said that she noticed something was off with Rene, and he was acting different and stuff. And so I guess maybe she mentioned it to Janet, and she said Janet later told her that Rene had a problem with painkillers and drugs and was substance abuse. And Lisa said she was so shocked and surprised by that because not James, Renee and Janet seemed like a happy couple. Every time you see them, it seemed like they was happy and everything. But like she said, sometimes things just fall apart and people don't know. But I think I'm sorry. I know Janet said earlier in the first part of the documentary that Renee's family was into acting and his daddy was a famous actor and they had stuff. I don't care. I think Rene did just like James DeBarge and all the rest of them. They had probably had family with money that was rich, but their name wasn't popping out there like Janet Jackson and the Jackson Five. I didn't even know anything about no Rene Alexander until he married Janet. And I mean, I heard a little bit of stuff about the DeBarge family because they were kind of competing with the Jacksons. But as far as me knowing them being popular and being the Barge family was pretty up there, but that Renee guy, I'm sorry, I didn't know nothing about him till Janet. But anyway, after 10 years of marriage, Janet divorced him, and that's when she, I guess, met up with Jermaine Dupri because Jermaine Dupri said he met Janet at a concert and they started dating and stuff like that. And then Janet said that Janet and somebody asked, I think one of the producers had asked Jermaine Dupri why did they break up. Jermaine talking about not yeah Jermaine talking about uh, that after he met up with Janet, girls liked him and he was hot, and he was just a man being a man. Now you were not just a man being a man before you got those girls. Before you got Janet Jackson, was those girls really after you for you or were they after you because you were trying to be an up and coming producer? But anyway, Janet Jackson said that he didn't have enough time for her, and that's why the relationship broke up to her. And she said she had told him that his work was his girlfriend because she said he wouldn't even spend just a little time with her. Every time they tried to spend time, he was going together. I think that was just an excuse. I think Jermaine Dupri, I'm sorry, was just like some of the rest of the guys. He knew that he could get more popular dating Janet Jackson. I mean, it was rumored back in the day that a whole lot of couples were together, for promoting and advertising their products, and sometimes the label will put a certain people together just to have them pop off. But anyway, they had broke up, and then by that time it was 2004. They asked Janet to do the Super Bowl, and Janet was happy to do the Super Bowl. And then they showed a rehearsal video of Janet rehearsing what was going to happen at the Super Bowl. And then Janet said that she was so surprised that they told her that Justin Timberlake was going to be the surprise guest star. And Justin Timberlake said that he was surprised that people wanted him to do the Super Bowl, and he said he really didn't want to do the Super Bowl, but Janet called and asked him to do the Super Bowl, and so they mentioned about the Super Bowl, and they said that it was supposed to be like a red thing over Janet's breast, and when he ripped the shirt, it was supposed to be the red bralette thing showing over her breast, but it wasn't. It was a whole nipple showing out when he ripped off the thing. And Rebe said Janet ran off the stage crying, and she was so embarrassed and stuff because when I first saw the first tape, I knew I was at work, and they were saying, "Did you see what happened to Janet?" I said, "No, I was going to go around there and check out the Super Bowl halftime show." By the time I got home that night, they were repeating it, and when I seen him snatching off real hard like that, I was saying that some people thought it was Janet's fault and stuff like that. Nobody blamed Justin Timberlake, but I blame Justin Timberlake and the wardrobe people because it was already playing where he was gonna strip it off, and it was just supposed to be like the nipple bralette thing. It was red showing, and they were supposed to turn to black. I think it was the wardrobe people's fault too because they were supposed to double check and triple check that wardrobe and make sure that everything was right. They weren't just supposed to give her a little one little small red strip. They were supposed to give her the whole thing to cover her breast. So I really don't want to be a conspiracy theory, but I think somebody was trying to set Janet Jackson up from Jump Street, and I think the wardrobe people dropped the ball a little bit, and so did the production and everybody else. But like Janet said, in her little Instagram video that she wants the fans to move on. Her and Justin Timberlake had moved on, and then she also said in the video that with Randy when they were talking that Justin Timberlake did invite Janet Jackson to come back to the Super Bowl when he was headlining himself in 2018. But Janet Jackson said that was going to be bringing up the past to her, and she really didn't want to do it. But she was saying she wouldn't mind doing the Super Bowl, but she don't think she want to do it now. And then it was like while she was doing the Super Bowl, Randy said he was telling Michael that she was going through what she was going through. And then that's when Michael and Janet decided to do the Scream video, and they showed a video of Janet looking at the video, the finished version of the video, and she said it seems like after that video, her and Michael kind of separated and came apart, and their relationship wasn't the same, after the Scream video. And so, I guess Janet felt some kind of way, and then after that, it went on to Janet kind of getting standing in the background, and then she was a blackballed. They invited Justin Timberlake to the Grammys, but not but they uninvited Janet. Nobody liked that. And then Jermaine Dupri said he couldn't be on the Grammy board with them doing it like that. Then it switched to 2019 where she got the MTV where she got the MTV award, and then after that she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Janae Monáe introduced her. I was glad that she got introduced to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because she should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame long years ago. Janet's career has spanned, like they say, 50 years now. People are talking about her and stuff like that. And then they said, also in 2019, Janet Jackson lost her father, Joe Jackson. He was battling cancer for a long time, and she said it hadn't been for her dad, she wouldn't have been living the life that she living. And Ruby said that Joe Jackson was a big influence on the family, and he was a strong man to the family and stuff like that. And so it got to the point where they talked about Michael's death, and she asked her mom, would she talk about it? And her mom said that she liked that Michael made it. His career was good. His career was big. And she asked her, and she said, no, no, I can't talk about his death. So she told her mama so she couldn't talk about it. They'll go to the next subject. And then after that, it switched to 2020, where Janet was supposed to come out with her Diamond album, and then she was supposed to do a tour, but then she got on. I think it was like 3 or 4 days before, they said in the documentary that she told her fans that she was gonna start her family, and she was gonna cancel the tour, her and her husband. And then after Janet had her baby, she went back on tour. She was supposed to go back on tour, and then we all know what happened. The pandemic happened, and nobody could go on tour or do anything else. But like I said, the documentary was all good and good. Some stuff I knew about, some stuff I didn't know about. But I'm glad Janet is getting her second chance at a career. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a Ti is. I am out.